Welcome to the Council of Light channel. Today we're going on a powerful journey together. We'll begin with one awakened individual and follow the light that will illuminate the entire planet. Together, we'll talk about true spiritual awakening and how every person who awakens carries within them a spark of change that inevitably spreads, illuminating the world and opening the way to a new golden age. Imagine a world overflowing with beauty. Imagine lush forests teeming with life. Crystal clear rivers flow beneath azure skies. Vibrant communities thrive in peace and unity. This is not a utopian dream. It's the true potential of our planet Earth. Earth possesses everything needed to sustain life in its most magnificent forms. Yet somewhere along the way, humanity lost its way. We've forgotten our connection to nature and the divine. We've built societies that prioritize profit over people. This separation from our true nature has led to widespread suffering. We see it within ourselves and on our planet. The air we breathe is polluted. The water we drink is contaminated. The very ecosystems that sustain us are on the brink of collapse. Earth is sending us a clear message, a desperate plea for change. We stand at a crossroads. The choices we make today will determine the fate of generations to come. Will we continue down a path of self-destruction, driven by greed and the illusion of separation? Or will we heed the call to awaken to our true potential? Will we remember who we truly are? Will we reclaim our birthright as guardians of this magnificent planet? The time for complacency is over. The time for awakening is now. History whispers warnings to us. We hear them in the stories of fallen empires. Great civilizations, once powerful and influential, crumbled from within. Their foundations crumbled under the weight of greed, corruption, and an insatiable desire for power. The same forces that plague our world today. The Roman Empire, driven by a lust for power and conquest, ultimately fell under the weight of its own luxury and decay. The Mayan civilization collapsed due to overexploitation of resources and the destruction of the natural environment that sustained them. True prosperity can't be measured by material wealth alone. We are forgetting about connection, compassion, and our shared humanity. We work long hours at jobs that might not have meaning for us. We pile up debt to buy things we don't need. We sacrifice our precious time and energy chasing after a fleeting feeling of happiness. This materialistic way of thinking has separated us from ourselves. It has separated us from each other and from the natural world. We have become cogs in a machine, driven by outside forces, not our own inner compass. We've forgotten the simple joys of life, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of loved ones, the beauty of a single flower. These things bring true joy. We've become addicted to quick fixes, instant gratification, and fleeting pleasures that only deepen our sense of emptiness. This is not the life we were made for. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are not material beings searching for spiritual meaning. It's time to remember who we truly are. It's time to create a world that reflects our highest values. Today we're going to talk about spiritual awakening. Well, what is it? How can it lead us back to the right path and to harmony with ourselves, with each other, and with the planet? Imagine a world filled with beauty, abundance, and harmony. Imagine forests teeming with life. Imagine crystal clear rivers flowing beneath azure skies. Imagine communities living together in peace and unity. This world is not a utopian dream. It is the true potential of our planet. Earth possesses everything needed to support life in its most magnificent forms. Somewhere along the way, humanity strayed from the path. We have forgotten our connection with nature. The consequences are all around us. The earth is crying out for help. The time for change is now. We are at a crossroads. Will we continue on the path of self-destruction, or will we awaken to our true potential? Will we reclaim our rightful role as guardians of this beautiful planet? How can spiritual awakening guide us back to harmony with ourselves, with each other, and with the planet? At the heart of our current troubles lies a fundamental misunderstanding of who we are. We've come to see ourselves as separate from each other. We believe we are separate from the natural world and even from the divine. This illusion of separation is the root of our suffering. It is the source of our fear, our greed, and our violence. When we see ourselves as separate, we compete for resources, for power, and for recognition. We forget that we are all connected. We are all part of the same web of life. What we do to others, we ultimately do to ourselves. This interconnectedness is not just a philosophical concept. It's a scientific fact. We are all made of the same basic building blocks of matter. We are all connected by the same laws of physics. We are all part of the same flow of energy that permeates the universe. This illusion of separation is a form of blindness. It prevents us from seeing the beauty and harmony that already exist all around us. It keeps us trapped in a cycle of suffering and dissatisfaction. The ego keeps the illusion of separation alive. The ego is the part of us that identifies with our thoughts, our emotions, and our physical body. It's the part of us that always seeks pleasure and avoids pain. The ego is always comparing itself to others. It's always trying to prove that it's better than or worse than everyone else. This constant striving creates a sense of anxiety and insecurity. The ego is also attached to material things. It believes that happiness can be found in owning more things. This attachment leads to greed, envy, and a sense of emptiness. The ego is a master storyteller. It creates a story about who we are and our place in the world. This story is often based on fear, lack, and limitation. The ego's stories keep us trapped in the past and the future. It prevents us from being fully present in the now. That's where true joy, peace, and fulfillment reside. The consequences of our collective ego-driven behavior are all around us. We have created a world that is out of balance, a world that is unsustainable and unjust. We are destroying the very planet that sustains us. We are engaged in endless wars and conflicts. We exploit our fellow human beings for profit. We live in a state of constant stress and anxiety. It doesn't have to be this way. We have the power to create a different world. A world based on love, compassion, and cooperation. A world that is sustainable and just. The good news is that the seed of awakening is already within us. We all have the potential to break free from the illusion of separation. We can all awaken to our true nature as spiritual beings having a human experience. This awakening doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process of discovery. It's a journey of self-discovery and transformation. The first step on this journey is to become aware of our thoughts and emotions. We must learn to observe them without judgment. Simply notice them as they come and go. As we become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, we begin to see that they are not who we are. They are simply passing phenomena that come and go. This realization creates space for something deeper to emerge, our true nature. This true nature is often called our soul, our spirit, or our higher self. It's the part of us that is connected to something greater than ourselves. History whispers to us through the ages. It speaks of empires that rose to unimaginable heights, only to crumble into dust. Their legacy is etched in stone and buried beneath layers of sand carried by the wind. These echoes of the past carry a profound message. They tell a tale of civilizations that lost their way. These societies succumbed to the siren song of materialism and greed. They serve as stark warnings to us today. The Roman Empire, with its legions of soldiers and vast territories, seemed invincible. It promised its citizens glory, wealth, and power. Yet beneath the veneer of splendor, darkness lurked. An insatiable hunger for more, for bigger and grander things consumed the empire's core. The very values that fueled its rise, discipline, strength, and honor, were sacrificed at the altar of excess. The Roman Colosseum stands today as a silent reminder of how a once mighty empire crumbled under the weight of its own excess and waste. Inside its walls, gladiators fought to the death. Wild animals were slaughtered for the entertainment of the masses. These spectacles served as a distraction from the growing unrest within the empire. The ruling elite, obsessed with their own wealth and power, lost touch with the needs of the people. Corruption became widespread. Social inequality increased. The pursuit of pleasure and material gain overshadowed any sense of the common good. The seeds of the empire's destruction were sown not by foreign invaders, but by its own internal decay. The Roman Empire serves as a warning. Material prosperity, without a foundation of spiritual values, is like a house built on sand. The Mayan civilization. Across the ocean, in the heart of the Americas, the Mayan civilization thrived. The Mayans were known for their advanced knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and art. They built magnificent cities adorned with intricate carvings and towering pyramids. However, even the Mayans fell victim to the allure of materialism. They overused their natural resources, leading to deforestation and environmental degradation. Their complex social structures, once a source of strength, became riddled with inequality and power struggles. The Mayans' disappearance reminds us that even the most advanced civilizations are not immune to the consequences of greed and unsustainable practices. Their story mirrors our own. We too are pushing the limits of our planet's resources. And we too are grappling with the social and environmental consequences of our actions. The fall of empires, from the Roman to the Mayan, and countless others, reveals a universal truth. Materialism unchecked by spiritual awareness is a path to self-destruction. When we lose sight of our interconnectedness with nature, with each other, and with the divine, we create a world of suffering. These historical lessons are not meant to instill fear, but to awaken us to the urgency of our current situation. We have the opportunity to learn from the mistakes of the past. We can choose a different path, one that leads to a future of harmony, sustainability, and collective well-being. The time for complacency is over. The time for awakening is now. We must move beyond the pursuit of material wealth as the primary measure of success. We must rediscover the true meaning of prosperity. It is a world where people live in harmony with themselves, with each other, and with the planet. Deep down inside us, beneath all the things the world has taught us and the noise of modern life, lies a deep truth. We are not just physical beings. We are not just our thoughts, emotions, or possessions. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. This realization is the essence of spiritual awakening. It is a shift in consciousness, a deep recognition of our true nature. It is a journey from illusion and separation to acceptance and unity. This spiritual awakening is not about following a specific religion or belief system. It is not about seeking external validation or spiritual experiences. Spiritual awakening is not a call for unrest and taking to the streets. That is darkness, not awakening. This is a call for each individual to become aware and consider where their consciousness and emotions come from, and to understand what they carry with it. It is about connecting with the divine spark that resides within each of us. This awakening is a process of realizing who we truly are. With the awakening of consciousness comes calmness, clarity, and inner peace, and thus darkness, wars, and unrest on the planet will disappear. It is about shedding the layers of conditioning that have kept us blind to our own inner light. It is about recognizing that we are connected to something far greater and more powerful than ourselves. The journey of spiritual awakening is deeply personal. It's a process of self-discovery, of peeling back the layers of ego to reveal the shining truth that lies within. This awakening can be triggered by a wide range of experiences. It might be a sudden realization, a moment of deep insight that shatters our old ways of seeing the world. However it happens, spiritual awakening is a transformative experience. We begin to see through the illusion of separation and recognize our interconnectedness with all beings. As more and more people wake up to their true nature, it creates a ripple effect. A collective shift in consciousness begins. It's about moving beyond the divisions that have plagued humanity for centuries. It's about recognizing our shared humanity and our common hopes and dreams. This collective spiritual awakening is not a distant dream. It's happening right now all around us. People are waking up to the reality of our interconnectedness and working to create a more sustainable and compassionate world. Each one of us has the power to make a big difference for our planet. Every act of kindness, every moment of compassion creates a ripple effect that reaches far beyond ourselves. Don't underestimate the power of your own spiritual awakening. Together we can create a world that reflects the beauty, harmony, and love that reside within each of us. We are so much more than our physical bodies. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Within each of us resides a divine energy, a spark of the infinite and the source of all creation. This energy is not separate from us. It is our very essence. This divine energy expresses itself through two powerful primary forces that have shaped the universe: motherly love and fatherly consciousness. These are not separate entities, but two aspects of the same universal force. They represent fundamental principles that exist within each of us, regardless of our physical form or gender identity. To understand how these forces operate within us, we can look at the chakras, the energy centers within our subtle body. Mother love is the energy of love, compassion, nurturing, and unconditional acceptance. It flows through us most strongly through the heart chakra, which is located in the center of our chest. When our heart chakra is open, we feel a deep sense of connection with ourselves, with others, and with all living things. We then experience the world through the lens of love, compassion, and understanding. Father consciousness is the energy of clear awareness and making things happen. It's connected to our third eye chakra, which is in the center of our forehead, and our crown chakra, which is at the top of our head. When these chakras are open and balanced, we experience clear thinking, sharp thinking, and a deep sense of purpose. That's when we can tap into our intuition and connect with our higher selves. Motherly love and fatherly consciousness are not two opposing forces, but two sides of the same divine energy. When these forces unite, we become whole, connected to our deepest selves. Only then can we live from a place of love, compassion, and wisdom. The path of spiritual awakening is actually about harmonizing these powerful energies, bringing them into perfect balance. And when we achieve that balance, we become beacons of light, bringing change to the world around us. Imagine a stone thrown into a still pond. The impact creates ripples, which spread outward, touching every part of the water's surface. Spiritual awakening is like that ripple. It spreads from each awakened person, influencing the people around them, touching their hearts, and encouraging them to become part of that change too. Their presence takes on a new quality, a radiance, peace, and love that wasn't there before. People around a spiritually awakened person can't remain indifferent to that change. They are drawn to their light, kindness, charisma, love, and the deep peace they now radiate. As more and more people wake up spiritually, the ripple effect multiplies. A critical mass is reached, and the collective consciousness begins to shift. Fear and separation, which have long dominated the human psyche, begin to lose their grip. Love, compassion, and understanding emerge from the shadows. We see this later in the growing movements for social justice, environmental sustainability, and spiritual exploration. This is when we witness a global spiritual awakening and a collective yearning for something far greater than what the material world can offer. The beauty of spiritual awakening is that it's not limited by time, space, or physical proximity. When we awaken to our true nature, we tap into a field of consciousness that connects us all. We become part of a network of light that spans across the entire world and beyond. This means that even if we feel isolated on our spiritual journey, we are never truly alone. We are connected to a vast and supportive network of awakened beings, both in this physical realm and beyond. Yet the impact of one spiritually awakened person is immeasurable. It's like a seed planted in the fertile ground of human consciousness. As more and more seeds are sown, a whole new world begins to emerge. A world where love, compassion, and unity are not just lofty ideals, but lived experiences. This is not a utopia without challenges, but a world where we face those challenges with open hearts and clear minds. Embrace your own awakening and trust that from this day forward, you play an immeasurable role in creating a more beautiful world. In this video, our journey through the nature of spiritual awakening has taken us deep into the heart of what it means to be human. We began by imagining a world in harmony. We explored the reasons why humanity strayed from this path. We confronted the illusion of separation, the grip of ego, and the consequences of our collective forgetting. We encountered the transformative power of spiritual awakening. This awakening is not a destination, it's a journey. Spiritual awakening is the beginning of a journey to discover our true essence. It's the first step towards realizing who we truly are and embracing the divine spark, the mother's love and the father's consciousness that resides within each of us. It's the first step towards realizing who we truly are and embracing the divine spark, that love and consciousness that resides within each of us. As we wake up to our true nature, the world around us begins to reflect this transformation. We no longer see ourselves as separate and isolated individuals. We begin to notice the interconnectedness of all things. We develop a deep sense of compassion, not only for our loved ones, but also for those who are different from us. This shift in consciousness ripples outward, influencing our families, our communities, and our beautiful planet Earth. The journey of spiritual awakening isn't always easy. You'll face challenges along the way. But even in the darkest of times, remember this: you are not alone. You are surrounded by an infinite, all-encompassing love and the light of the divine presence of the Mother and Father, the very same forces that created the universe, gently guiding and supporting you every step of the way. Trust the process and have faith in your own inner wisdom. Let your light shine brightly, not for recognition or praise, but because it is your true nature. The world needs your light more than ever. We live in a time of great change and uncertainty. Old ways of life are falling apart and a new world is struggling to be born. Your awakening is incredibly important because you are a spark of the divine, a unique expression of the universe itself. Never underestimate the power of your own transformation. Embrace your true nature, and together, let's create a world that reflects the beauty, harmony, and love that resides within each of us. Share this video far and wide so we can awaken as many people as possible together. Imagine one person awakens, and within a week their light awakens 10 more. In just a few months, that wave of awakening could reach millions. And in the best case scenario, in less than 5 years, the entire planet could enter a new golden age and become a paradise on Earth. Like and subscribe to the video so we can spread this awakened light together. I send you light to work on each of you, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and peace. May the light guide your steps towards true awakening.